Today, we'll be talking about Sean Kingston. If you don't know who Sean Kingston is, he's had a couple #1 hits, worked with Justin Bieber. It looks like the money could be drying up because he's been charged with a couple counts of wire fraud. Pickle, you care to give the audience some details on this whole situation?
After being indicted by a grand jury, singer Sean Kingston and his mother made their first appearance in a Miami federal court Friday to face wire fraud charges, federal prosecutors said. If convicted, they could spend decades in prison. The 34-year-old Jamaican-born Kingston, whose real name is Keshawn Anderson, and his 61-year-old mother, Janice Turner, were charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and wire fraud charges stemming from their involvement in a scheme to defraud sellers of high-end specialty vehicles, jewelry, and other goods purchased through the use of fraudulent documents, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Florida said in a press release. Kingston and Turner each face 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 5 counts of wire fraud. If convicted, both face up to 20 years in prison on each count.
So, if he thought his music career was dry before, imagine 20 years later.
The U.S. Attorney's Office said that Kingston and his mother unjustly enriched themselves by falsely representing that they had executed bank wire or other monetary payment transfers as payment for vehicles, jewelry, and other goods purchased. When federal authorities checked the veracity of the money transfers, they found that no such bank wire or other monetary payment transfers had been executed by the purported banks. In total, Kingston and his mother kept over $1 million in assets that they didn't fully pay for, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. Kingston was arrested May 23rd at Fort Irwin, an Army training base in California's Mojave Desert where he was performing. He waived his right to fight the extradition and was returned to Florida. Turner was also taken into custody that same day when police raided a South Florida mansion her son had been renting.
The plot thickens. He's renting too. Can it get much worse for Sean Kingston? Find out.
The warrants in the case said that from October 2023 to March of this year, they stole almost $500,000 in jewelry, more than $200,000 from Bank of America, $160,000 from an Escalade dealer, more than $100,000 from First Republic Bank, and $86,000 from the maker of customized beds. Specifics were not given. At the time of his arrest, Kingston was on 2 years probation for trafficking stolen property.
It kind of gets worse and worse for him. So probation is going to play a big role in that. If, his probation gets denied, he could be doing time on top of the whole situation that he's looking at right now. It could run concurrent, could run consecutive. It's hard to say, really. So, and again, his lawyer will play a big role in that. So we'll just have to see where it goes. We do have a little more details about this for you guys, though, that are interested. Pickle.
Turner pleaded guilty in 2006 to bank fraud for stealing over $160,000 and served nearly 1.5 years in prison, according to federal court record. Bob Rosenblatt, an attorney for the singer and his mom, said in early June that his client committed no crime. "Well, I don't know who was claiming they owe money, We were aware of the watches, we were aware of the TV issue," Rosenblatt said. "If there are other issues I'm not sure about, it's a breach of contract. There's no fraud here. There's no organized fraud at all." Rosenblatt planned to file a not guilty plea and ask for a jury trial. Kingston attorneys said at the time that he was very confident that the singer would get the charges against him dismissed.
Well, it is a white-collar crime, and we know that people, get off kind of easy on those. I could definitely see him spending some time in prison, and we'll see how the big Sean Kingston does. We'll see how that all goes. Let us know down in the comments below. Do you guys think he's guilty? Do you think he just did this because the rap money, singing money kind of dried up? Do you guys want to hear more about this? Do you care if he goes to jail? Let us know all that down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button. With that being said, I'm Rugburn, and this is Tombstone Tourist.